What's going on, guys? Alright, so we are back for another episode on the project Mazdaspeed 3. Alright, so we got the car running. Got it. Today is the next day after the startup video that you just saw. And we're waiting on UPS to come to get that cold side pipe delivered so we can hook that up and have a for sure blow-off valve that is for that base map on there to help with vacuum, to help with the running issue. Also got to go get a filter from the store. But today I wanted to tackle wiring. And for those of you that have messed with wiring, it's shitty to deal with. So we're doing that today. We got the car here. A lot of stuff taken apart. So what I'm doing right now is the M2MB watt box. And I have the dash taken apart. The watt box wire ran through. I just plugged through a grommet in the thing, put some wire loom on it, ran it through, and we are over here. All right, looks like a jumbled mess. It's because it is. So had to tap into the coil plug wires, input and output to the coils to cut ignition, as well as the clutch position sensor. The throttle position sensor, all that jazz. So it's all plugged in now. I'll clean up the loom, clean back up the ECU wires, tape them all together. If I got extra loom, I'm gonna try to put some on there. I might get like a giant loom to put on there just to clean it up. I hate seeing wires. So we'll clean that up. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna try to jump into the AEM failsafe today. That has a ton, so I'm gonna need to do some reading on that one and get it together. The watt box is pretty easy. The only thing I can say is if you're ever doing a wiring job on something, be careful to what colors they tell you, because sometimes they're not all the same. Look at the pin connections to see what number the pin is, so you can pin it out and look at the right wire, because you will run into issues if you don't do it the right way. So I took my time on this one, ran the wire clean, and that's where we're at for now. So stay tuned. We'll have a little bit more content for you on this episode. Some wiring, maybe we'll get some of the fueling system done. I got the fuel cell where I want it, and I'll be bolting that up probably today too. And then probably getting the rest of the fuel lines done. So stay tuned, and we got more stuff for you coming. Got our cold pipe.
Get this for you, Dan? Yeah. You sure? Yeah. All right, hit me now. You got it? Yep. All right, big guy.
Thanks,
Take care, man. Have a
Yep,
good
take
day.
care. Alright, so cold pipes here. Get that put on. Vince, you gonna open that thing?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So we got a cold pipe. So just a little update here. It's perfect timing. The UPS guys pulled up. So I'm waiting. I got all the wiring pretty much done. Everything's run. The AEM wideband. There's the bung or the sensor for when I have my exhaust gun. So that'll plug in. Got everything run basically into the passenger side. This is for the watt box. The failsafe stuff is running over to the driver's side, and that'll hook up really easy thanks to Brent, and yeah, just Brent for helping me out on this, because he made this a lot easier. So the failsafe wires are running all the way up into where my gauge is going to go in the vent here. Boost line is ran, all that stuff is ran. All these extra wires, it turned out I don't need them, so literally the failsafe is going to be super easy to hook up.
I'm not sure about that.
And then Alexa is freaking out in the background. And then, so yeah, that's hooked up. So I'm just going to hook up the key source, ground, and then run that blue line out to the engine bay to split the electronic boost controller so the AEM can cut it off if it needs to, if shit gets crazy. Other than that, once all that's ran, I'll button up the interior again and put that back. And the only thing I have to do left is take this port injection dongle and all these wires right here. I don't even have to really worry about what I have to wire them into, because with Eric's nifty work, he already made a plug. So I just plug this into the wire tuck harness he made, and wire color for color, and it is good to go. Then I already figured out a mounting spot for the fuel cell. I bent the tabs on it, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a bolt and nut through the shock tower to mount that and hold it in place. So should be good. We will keep you updated, and I'm going to get this open and mount that baby up. Okay, so that took all about 5 minutes. So Jake's pipe is out. This cob one is like super short. This comes right up. Already got the race port hooked up straight to the vacuum block. It's good to go, tightened down. So another thing done. Boom. Nice. I'll go ahead and get that ready to get back to Jake. Nice. The only thing I have left that I'm waiting on is my exhaust setup. So we're gonna keep moving along, and I'm gonna finish this wiring because I hate it and I want to get it done so I don't ever have to do it again. We'll be back. So port injection is all wired up. I wrapped everything, so I run them down. I'm gonna run it like that, going down. The only thing exposed still is this stuff. I'm gonna wrap it up tomorrow. New pipes on. Not wiring. It's not hooking up the positive to the port injection yet because it still needs to. We're not running it yet, so I'm not gonna hook it up. The AEM stuff. I just gotta go to the store tomorrow morning and get some tappers. Gotta tap into the ignition for our ignition power. Already got that opened up, done. The only thing I need to do is hook up that positive in the ground. And we'll be done. Then I just gotta put the glove box back in tomorrow and button it all up and go get a filter. I am exhausted. I spent, all day just cleaning stuff up and making it look good so I don't have to go back and do it again because I hate wiring and it's always a mess. I just don't like it to look bad. And then, so we'll wrap it up for the day, and you guys will be back on with me tomorrow. Alright, so we're back. I got wires all exposed. I'm going to solder them all now. Soldering iron's heating up. Solder all those wires in, and then clean this up. And then I'll finish up cleaning up the interior. And we should be ready to go. I'll have power to the AEM gauge, stuff like that. So we'll do. We'll get to it. It's all nice and pretty. Everything's soldered, tapped in. I loomed everything off, so once I get this out of the way, mounted the split second controller. This is all tucked. This will be kind of tucked. There. Everything's ran. All the watt box shit is ran. I forgot. This is the only thing I gotta do is hook this blue wire up to the boost controller. But then I'll just run over a tap to this red wire for key on power for the for that relay. But yeah, it's all loomed up and pretty. So I might just run it how I used to, like this, and then have the fuel cell up there, because fuck it. So I'm just gonna go to the store and grab a filter and start it up and see if it runs any better. But watt box is hooked up. It comes factory with a 4,000 RPM watt box, so I'll throw a filter on, see if it runs better, and then I'll try the watt box out. Hashtag fire. Alright, it's done. Fuel lines are ran, tightened up. Looks fucking awesome. Comes right back up to the tank. Got my vent. I just need to get a straight fitting for right here and a block off for the fuel pressure regulator on this side. It's open. but it is good to go. Runs so much better with the intake on there. So we're gonna go ahead and put the bumper on and get this all tucked away. And then shout out to all of these, all right, for the build: Summit, Damon, Fuel Lab, Edge Auto for sure, and Speed Factory Racing obviously for this relocation battery mount. It's pretty awesome to see all together. I'm just really excited to see my exhaust done so I can get the hood back on too and have the complete package. But the port injection won't be hooked up fully for, well, it's already wired and done, but we won't be running any fuel in it until we get the first couple maps done. But it is awesome to see, so we will go for a ride. Oh, we are done. The only thing I'm waiting on is exhaust now, but she's all good to go. Everything's done, wired up, bumpers on. That money shot though, I still gotta clean up those wires with some tape and loom. It's the relays for the fuel pump and fail safe and stuff. But that's it, man. It is good to go. The only exhaust and then the hood, and be straight. Should be good. This should close with the hood. If not, we already have a plan to just angle cut the intake pipe, so then it'll just sit down here. I might do that anyway, but for the meantime, no hood, so it doesn't really matter. It runs. It's fucking awesome, and I promise you guys a ride, so let's go. I hope this stays. Made a makeshift like mount, so. that's it for this episode. Super pumped, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, share the videos, and we're out.